Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
In the Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast. Time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter and all the social medias, and I voted today. Hi. Oh, my stickers like kind of fallen now, but it's here. It's here. I voted today. Everybody got their vote in today. I hope you voted. Happy election. Happy? Can we say happy? I don't know. But with me from Studio Duds, it's the Dudders.
Hi, friend. I did not get a sticker.
You didn't get a sticker? You still did you go home? Did you go up to the homestead, or do you mail vote?
I've been everywhere.
Okay.
I homesteaded it.
Excellent. So this is the AwesomeCast. It was time to get geeky, and you are joining us with the most geekiest of things. You got the new iPhone 15.
Yes, and my watch will not like it. They do not like each other.
You're still in that fuzzy setup mode right now, aren't you?
It's so annoying. I forgot. I think I said it to you before we started. It's so annoying. I don't know if you want to see. This is the old one, and wait, new friend, old friend. Woo, buddy.
Now you went from the Pro to the Pro Max, so 13 Pro, right?
Mm-hmm. So, woo.
I love
it. Is much bigger.
They're very similar rainbow cases.
I know, aren't they?
That's great. Is the old phone's going to your mother?
Yes, and then my mother's phone goes to my brother, and then my brother's phone goes to my niece. It's a family.
There you go. You're top of the pyramid, though.
Yes, I win.
So you're just well, you've had it since yesterday, or you're a few hours with it. I can't remember when that video dropped. It's all fuzzy.
Since yesterday. I've had it since yesterday. I did not do anything with it till like 2 hours ago. Because I was like, hey, we probably want to talk about it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I should not be on a tech show. I definitely have days where I should not be on a tech show.
You had the greatest video for this, where you had the two expensive things that came in the mail. One was your iPhone, and the other one, for those on audio here,
it was 1 month of Verzenio, which is a medication that I use to hopefully prevent any reoccurrence of cancer in the future. When that particular medication is for a 1 month supply, $14,563.
Oof.
Yeah, talk about a stressful mail day of things to arrive on your porch.
I feel like this is a video that everybody should tag any politician that has anything to do with talking about medical expenses, just to kind of illustrate that. I mean, I can't think of another what the hell is wrong with our medical system than that. You know, we all say, "Oh, you're crazy paying for this," and then there you are with this. It was like, "Oh, this is so to you, like to you, the iPhone is a trinket financially because of what you
Yeah.
have to acquire."
It's unreal to me that like the most expensive thing literally that I own in the world is a package of medication that
More
I get
expensive.
delivered monthly.
More expensive to your car, potentially the house, but
Mhm.
so, well, you rent,
Everything I own.
so that rent, so that you rent, so it doesn't matter. Yeah,
That's
no,
true.
absolutely, that's crazy. That's freaking crazy. All right, so anyways, you spent some time with it. Obviously, you got the bigger version. You know, you sent me here. I guess I'll pull these up. You did send me some sample pictures here. You had
My poor cat. Well, no, she's a jerk. She can deal with it.
So these are the samples. This is an iPhone 13 versus 15 imagery. Which one am I looking for? Right to left here.
So left one is 13, right is 15. I think the thing I disliked about the 13 so much, this is both at the same, what was it, 3 zoom? Yeah,
Mhm.
3 times zoom. Just literally me sitting at the desk pointing at the cat behind me. I hated how the 13 compensated by over, like if you see her fur, it's very like, and if you would zoom into it, it's very like each white line is very harsh.
It's over pixel, not what's the word? Yeah, it's
Yeah, you know what I mean?
video guy. I should know this. It's over detailed, I guess is the way to
Yeah.
put this. And like at first you're just like, oh, the one on the right's fuzzier, but actually it's just kind of more. It's not putting that compensation on it, right?
Mm-hmm. It's more realistic. If you zoom in, the quality is still great, but it's not the overcompensating that the iPhone 13 did. Both the cat video, she's like, "What the shit are you doing?" Yeah, this didn't translate as well. Sorry, I tried. But yeah, same kind of thing. It automatically goes into portrait mode if you're pointed at a cat or a person. Oh, there she goes. She's out. I talked about her too much. And oh no, don't reset pairing. You're gonna see me hitting buttons over here. Get to know my watch that I already owned. But yeah, so the quality is better in the video when you're just grabbing, pointing, and shooting, and I like it better already. So I mean, like I said, quick video. Looks more realistic, not so much like we're trying to make it look amazingly crisp. Is that the word?
So I know probably the biggest thing for you to get this upgrade is you're using, like me, you're using your iPhone a lot for a company, sometimes as your primary run and gun video and photo situation, right? So like that you know, that was the big thing. What was the thing that sold you on, other than it's time to upgrade on the new features going into this?
Ah, gosh, I needed a new camera. I always need new cameras. That's the thing, you know that. I love that.
You wanna
The
have top
family
of the line,
depends on
either
me
way.
upgrading.
Yeah,
Family depends on me upgrading. I was kind of excited about getting the larger phone. I dislike this case. This is one of the ones that Apple was selling. It's the OtterBox Figura series.
Okay.
And it is a very, very slippery case. It's not like, I don't know how to explain. It's supposed to be like a little bit grippy because it's that silicone kind of stuff, but it is very slippy. I will tell you that. I have a shopping list for tomorrow for things I need to buy, like a pop socket, because I'm going to launch this thing if not, because I just can't. And I have a large hand. I'm a very large human, and my hand is a good size, and I'm still having a hard time like holding it in this case and not having it try to escape. So probably a new case in the future too. I'm not 100% sold on this one, but it's going to work for the time being. And then I also have to remember that I need a new block to charge my phone because we are USB-C. I was like, oh, that's a thing. And because I think the only one I have currently is the one that we travel with for the laptop slash the bigger guy we have. I think
the Anchor one where it has like the laptop, the iPhone, or I say the MacBook connector with it as well, right? So
yes,
well, that's nice because that should be pretty universal because it's got two USB-Cs on there. You're ready whenever you jump into a new rental car that has USB-Cs, like the Tesla. I just grabbed a bunch of adapters when I had the Tesla last time when I was in California. So Okay. So I mean, you're obviously not in daily driver mode. You're still kind of in setup. Where's everything at? Getting everything loaded in mode. But I
Yeah.
you know how much. I mean, are you noticing how much snappier it is? I mean, it's going to be because it's 2 years old, or 2 years older, right? So you're younger. So
Yeah, he's a baby. He's new. I do like it's something for me to get used to for sure. Is
hmm
the I don't know if you can see across the top where the previous version had the camera
yeah.
and everything right in there. It's kind of
hmm
a floaty thingamajiggle.
The island.
Um, yeah, so it's like it's a little bit different. So like a couple times it's thrown me off. Like, oh, what's that? I do like how I don't know if you can see the battery icon in the corner is a little bit more. Ah, there we go. Ah, can't do this. You have more detail where it's not just two headphones.
hmm
Yeah, why my Apple Watch just wants to go back to my old phone? That's fine. You figure out what you like best, Apple Watch. Um, but it just keeps going. I want to go to the new one or the old one. But instead of it just headphones for both the AirPod case and the AirPods, it is two separate icons, which I like because on the previous it was just two sets of headphones, and you're like, well, which one is the case and which one's the actual AirPods? So I do like that. I'm finding, I don't know, the little things that you're like, oh, I like that.
Nice.
I like the way
Nice.
the screen looks. I like the brightness of the screen. Like it's just a little bit different. There is different that there's a button on the side instead of a flippy. And this button is completely customizable. You could have it instead of making your phone go from silent to sound on.
Yeah.
You can also make it turn on a flashlight, open the camera, any sort of shortcut you'd like. So that's a thing I'm trying to figure out still. You just solve it. Oh, also, sound quality. Oh, much better. Holy crap. I was very impressed. Like I pulled up Apple Music because I was just curious because I'm definitely stepping up to the AirPods Pro versus like the regular AirPods. I was like, this is great. This is a much different sound. Same thing with with the 15 versus the 13. The sound quality is much better, crisper. The bass is deeper. I like it.
Nice. Nice. So wait. So it's a. So you upgraded the pros, but you did get definitely more better output coming from this phone.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Like if I'm just like straight up, like I'm sorry, I should explain that better. But like when I had the previous AirPods, just the flat out AirPods versus the
hmm
AirPods Pro, you could definitely tell the difference in the sound quality. Similar thing is the 13 to the 15. The sound quality was the same kind of jump,
hmm
and that it was a better sound and the bass was deeper and it's definitely clear.
Okay.
I'm becoming a sound nerd with this stuff. Like I didn't think I would appreciate it, but I'm like, oh, I like this.
Nice. Awesome. So there you go. iPhone Pro 15 Pro Max. I saw you got the terabyte version, like I did last
Hmm.
go around here. So should I be working my way up to upgrade mine as well here? Do you think I'm going to be should probably be moving ahead for my stuff?
Yeah. I feel like once I start really playing with this, you're gonna be like, I like that.
You
Like,
are
I
going to
know
have a
what's
business trip
up.
this past weekend to be playing with it, so we could do some comparisons, I suppose.
Yeah,
So
we can do that. That'll be fun.
there you go. There you go. You'll be the other camera on the interviews.
The other camera.
We'll see how that goes. Well, mine also involves the iPhone. So, our good friend Riz plays games on the Twitch and the social media. I know it's on Peacock, but I really want to just go see a movie the other night, so I invited him out. I was like, hey, let's go see Five Nights at Freddy in Dolby. Again, my favorite theater in the city down there at the MC Waterfront. And I gotta say, recommended. It's a little jump scary. It's like a PG-13 quote unquote. They call it horror. I don't really think it's a horror movie. It's more just kind of an interesting sci-fi kind of thing. Even when I started, because as happens with anything, when I'm interested in a movie that I watch, I ended up just going like straight to the Wikipedia. So I started looking up things, and he's explaining me some of the concepts and everything like that. And he's always mentioned Five Nights at Freddy's, something that he's been like a fan of for years, right? And also, this is fun, and I can't remember if I texted you this one. Watching Five Nights at Freddy with Riz is probably the same as Missy watching any Marvel film or Transformers film with me. There's little like oh yeah, and I'm just like just explain it to me at the end. Just I'm not gonna know it. Just explain it to me at the end. I don't know any of these ins and outs or anything like that. Like he's catching names. He's telling me the one girl is from like a later game and all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of hooks like that. So I was really kind of curious about it, and I started poking around. I'm like, it's a jump scare horror game. I don't know if I'm going to be. I went and looked it up, and it was labeled as a family-friendly horror game, which I thought was an interesting descriptor. And also, I'm like, oh well, maybe these games are not long. These games are kind of not easy, but they're a short run kind of thing. It's literally you have to spend 5 nights, and it's like you have to get through like 6 hours of your shift. It takes about 10 or 20 minutes. Like I looked at how long to beat, and it says about 2 hours on on something like this. So if you're curious about 5 Nights on Freddy's, there's it's not a big investment, and the game's not that much, to the point where I found it on my iPhone for $2.99 in the App Store. The first at least 3 of the games are available on the App Store, so if you want to jump in on it, and if you're curious what the heck is this 5 Nights at Freddy's, of course it's like the Chuck E. Cheese kind of takeoff, where they're kind of robotic monstrosities that aren't happy you're there. And I'm on the second night of this thing. And literally this entire game is you're sitting here in your office. You don't move anywhere other than back and forth to turn these lights on and stuff like that. And then you pull this up, and you just make sure, okay, are they still there? Okay, and you have a bunch of security cameras. And eventually they'll just kind of, pop up places. Actually, there is some movement because one of the guys like kind of runs at you at a certain point here. So, but yeah, definitely a very interesting game. $2.99 if you want to try it out, see what all the fuss is about. That led to the most recent. What was I think probably the number one? They had like $80 million the first weekend of release, which is crazy. It had one of the best openings for a date and date release, because of course you could sit at home and watch this thing on Peacock. So if you haven't, it's recommended. If you watch I think it's Wally's World or something, it was the Nicolas Cage was basically a take on this game that this movie came from. That one's a lot more interesting. I'll put it that way. But this was fun. I don't know if you expect much from a video game movie kind of situation like this, but I think it's worth a look if you're. One of the guys is already gone. Oh no, this is what happens. You go to it, and one of the guys is missing. Oh no, it's that dog guy. Where's he at? Oh no, the chicken's out. The chicken is out in the dining area. The chicken's out in the dining area. They're not there. Oh, the dog is close. Oh boy, and of course it's spooky. It really, you know it's coming, and it's just very jump scary. Oh yeah, there's only one guy left back there. That's bad news. That's not okay. Oh no. And then the biggest killer here is that you have only so much power through the night, and as you use the camera and as you open and close the doors, it actually adds up. It adds up to your power usage and everything. So you can't just like sit there with the doors closed all night. So that's where it kind of messes with you. He's very close. He is very close to me. Let's see if nope, he's not there yet. Okay, all right. You shine these lights, and all of a sudden there's something there. It does kind of. There's a giant animatronic dog going on, and there's going to be sounds and stuff as you go back and forth through here too. So I gotta find out where that chicken went. Where'd that chicken go? Okay, he's still hanging out in the power room. Okay, we're good there. Which door are they coming down? No. Uh-oh. Ah, shoot, he's right there. Close the door, and that's it. That's the game. That's it. It's fun. It's fun. I'm on night 2 of it. Did not make it through night 2, and I think I'm about to not make it through night 2 again, actually. So we'll jump out of that here, because that's just not going to go well. So Five Nights at Freddy, it's on, I haven't seen it's on the Android store as well, but it's on basically every platform. I think you can get it for about everything. And there's so many of these games. I think there's something like 5 or 6 of them at this thing of the games. So again, it started as a weird indie thing, and of course it's kind of blown up from there. So definitely recommended if you want some. Can we call it light horror, maybe? something like that. So I don't know, Katie, you want to try this on your new big iPhone?
Yeah, well, I want to talk about the coolest part of the movie
Okay.
is the practical effects. Those are actual animatronics from Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Yes. I saw that. I saw that at the we were watching the credits back because there's a bunch of stuff and we had to listen to the thing at the end because Riz had to get the full experience. And yeah, no, definitely. It's oh wait, what is this? Apparently, I just found even more if you want to experiment in these things. I think I just found a site that has all of them like in browser. Friday Nights at Friday Game.io, and it appears to be. I think it's just an in-browser version of the game, if I'm not mistaken. I just stumbled on this right now. So, okay, play right now. Let's see if that loads. Again, I think the iPhone ones are pretty decent. But I have nothing to compare them to. I would have to ask Riz how that is. But definitely worthwhile. Yeah, this is the game in browser. This is fun. There's a lot of stuff. It's got a very it is the browser version. No, that's you. There it is.
That's me.
This is the browser version of it, and it basically, it's doing the same thing. You pull it up. You got all your cameras. It's a point and click kind of situation. You double check all your guys are there, and all that. So, interesting. That might be worth poking at if you want to see what all the rest of them are about. So there you go. Five Nights at Freddy. It's all the craze. A really big internet craze, really. So go check that out if you're interested. Apparently, it's really easy. FNAFgame.io. And you can apparently try out the games for free from the looks of things. But again, they're about $3. It does have unlockables for like $1 or $2. You can unlock like little dolls of the creatures to sit on your desk, apparently, and also like a fast mode that will cut the time in half through the game. So you don't have the time. You're not sitting there for 6 hours. It's a lot, allotted kind of time for you to run through. So if you want to kind of quick through it, they'll do that as well. It'll speed up the game for you. So go check it out. Five Nights at Freddy's. I want to give a shout out to our friend Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. I was excited. Katie and I were driving up to a friend's wedding up in the North Hills, and we drove by a Slice on Broadway location in Wexford that I had never seen before. and I got a little excited about it, right, Katie?
It's true. There was a lot of yelling.
I think it was the same reaction when we passed the fairy garden.
For me.
Yes, over in Sugar Creek or whatever, right? No, they got so many locations. I literally, it's like finding Pokemon. You got to collect them all around the city here. Go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. New York City style yins are made. Some of the best stuff in town. Go check them out. Slice on Broadway. All right, what else we want to talk about here, Katie? What's up next? Of interest.
I got. Oh, did you see that Nintendo confirmed a live-action Zelda game?
I saw that in passing. So it's actually a live-action movie is in the works for them, according to TechCrunch. I think you dropped in here, right? So I guess.
Yep.
Wow, live action is surprising. I thought they'd just go another Illumination film like they just did with the Mario movie.
Yeah, no, we're getting live. Real people doing things. And it's the same producer that did Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Avi. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like Avi Arad.
Avi Arad. Wait, that's the producer for like most of the. That's the producer from like every Marvel thing. He's had a producer credit on Marvel properties since like the 80s. So that's interesting.
Yeah, he's a geek.
Huh? He's a geek?
Yeah, that's good. I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, we'll see what happens with that then. Many years. I've been working on a live-action Zelda film for many years with Avi Arad's son, who has produced many mega hit films, which is true. They take the entire Marvel franchise, for instance, and all the Spider-Man. So, there you go. That could be a lot of fun. And Miyamoto is apparently involved in this, according to this article. Directly, so
which is even more exciting.
Very cool. So I think it is going to be. Did it say where they were going to base it off of? Because you could do
I don't.
any of the games, really. So
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be the Breath of the Wild era. Would it be? You know what? Just give me a CG Wind Waker series, please. Right?
I thought you were gonna say like the cartoon.
No. Excuse
Do
me,
you remember-
princess.
Just a live version of the cartoon.
Yes. No, we'll see what goes on there. It's probably going to take a few years before we get any glimpse of that, but good to see it's actually really good. There's always been rumors of it here and there. I think it's just one of those things that's been in production hell. You know, it's crazy that Nintendo, for all the crazy, great licensed properties that they have, like, has we've had cartoons, but like they haven't really until more recently gotten anything. Like I don't know what's been missing there. Maybe it's just the American component or something like that, right?
Yeah. Well, it looks like so. Another article, the Verge article, mentions that it is financed by Nintendo and Sony, and Nintendo is footing more than 50% of the bill. Which is interesting. So they're definitely there.
They're becoming a little more hands-on. Maybe the Super Mario Brothers movie of the '90s really just spoiled them on a lot of it, right?
Broken.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, this is how Hollywood works. Screw this, and they just never bothered again for whatever reason. So, which makes a lot of sense considering how terrible that went. It's interesting to read articles about how messed up the production was for the Super Mario Brothers movie over the years. So, definitely.
Oh no.
Definitely recommend checking some of that out. Katie, I'm excited for the second coming of smart glasses. Let's say Google Glass. Mike Elgin over on This Week in Tech was showing off and was talking about his experience with the Meta Ray-Bans, right? The smart glasses that I know we've heard about before. They've been out for a little bit. They're still retailing, I think, starting about $320. But he really sold me on the idea. It seemed to have almost everything that I love from the Google Glass idea, except it doesn't have a actual display happening. But you've got the camera, you've got video, and you have that voice AI as well as like the bone conduction audio that you could have, and of course you're going to be linked in with Facebook, but I can't. You got to be linked into something social media to begin with on these things, right? And the quality that they are showing off were really, really impressive. They have a couple. They have the Wayfarers and the Headliners, and you can get prescription versions of these with transition lenses. I gotta say, I think I'm putting this on my wish list for Christmas, guys, because I need another take at this. It's been about 10 years since the Google Glass, right? So, let's see what 10 years has done with these. They're stylish. What was the big thing that I had a problem with? And I said, I think that I got to go see if there's a show where I say this. I say, one day, you're going to have these in glasses that I can wear all the time, and you won't even know there's something up with them, right? And I think that's these, right?
I think so. They're nice looking. I was like looking at all, and there's 150 combinations. It sounded like.
I guess between the lenses and the frames, right? Like I only see about two or three different frames they have going on here. But you can go, different kind of colored glasses and everything like that. So, but again, I want something I can kind of wear a little bit regularly. Like I say, there's the transitions. There's this. When you get up to the prescription lenses, it does get to a little bit of about a $380 price tag. But considering the $1,500 we were paying for the Google Glass, that was basically a beta situation. There's one button on here. I think you can tell like the bands are a little thicker for sure. Like the earpieces are a little thicker, but I think, and there's a little touch control on the side. The case is a charging case, when you put the glasses away. There is a 4-hour there is about a 4-hour lifespan when you're really using these things. But again, if you kind of put it away and you're just putting it in an iPhone case, like it does have that. It looks like, or you put it in a case for charging, like it really does have that kind of AirPod situation, doesn't it? Whereas like, oh, I just put this away for a little bit in my pocket, and there we go. I mean, I feel like you could just kind of swap between your regular glasses and these. To do something like this, or you get the sunglasses version for when you're out and about. I'm always like, well, what if I go in somewhere? Now I'm the guy with sunglasses indoors because I want to use them in a certain area, right, or at the museum or something like that. So that's kind of where I'm looking there. But no, I think like they don't. It's a different era. People aren't freaked out about cameras being everywhere anymore, right? Because we have cameras everywhere anymore, right? So like this seems like the right time for these to start moving up a little bit, and I'm wondering if we're going to see more and more of these in the wild, or maybe we have been seeing more and more of these in the wild, and we just haven't noticed yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I put a little link in there for you.
What next to it?
Underneath your little Ray-Bans link there, I put another little YouTube link
What is this
for
thing?
you there.
What do you got here?
Yeah, I don't know. You maybe want to watch it.
Oh no, is this me talking about one glass? There's me with Google Glass. Some 9 years ago. I was about right on with that. Yeah, this is in January 2014. I have the Air glasses, and apparently I was doing pre-show preps. So AwesomeCast 182. We are at 662, and this is what we had going on here. So, jeez. Oh, I love it. This must have been right after I went to. Yeah, there I'm doing the blink
You're
thing.
winking.
You do the wink to trigger something, I think, right? It's been a while. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, geez, look at that. Look at that setup. Look at a baby face Mad Mike from the Wrestling Mayhem show. Jeez. Yeah, it's time. Look how awkward that thing was on my glasses, attached to them. Look at this, like on the this thing hanging out above my eye. Jeez. Yeah, it's time. It's time for some Ray-Bans. Maybe after I get my new iPhone upgrade, we'll work on the Ray-Bans, right? So.
That's so funny.
Oh, jeez. What else is going on here of interest? I see there's let's get into AI. Google brings generative AI to ads. I see somebody put in here.
Yeah, that's a thing. So you know how Google has used AI, behind Google, their magic image editor. You can also use that stuff for ads on both sides. You're going to be seeing more ads that are targeted more towards you based upon your interests. And, I think you're going to see more folks that look like you, maybe have pets like you, but also on the advertiser side of things, this might be easier. If you've ever tried to create a Google ad, it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. So I am hoping on the creator side of things, this will make things easier for us to create ads. But yeah, they will never generate two of the same images, which can avoid the awkward possibility that two competing businesses end up with the exact same photo elements. Oh, no. Like, it's
Big problem.
I mean, like, we've seen it.
Yeah, big problem in stock photography even, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know, like it's kind of just starting out. It just they're just starting with the editing, but I definitely see this taking off to be a much bigger thing.
So this is if you look at the image that they have in here, this is the image editor in the ad tool. That's how we're using the AI. So it sounds like it's a takeoff of some of the magic editing stuff that they've already applied with Google Pixel 8s and Google Photos and things like that, right? So like akin to the Firefly AI that's in Photoshop, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I need to use more. I need to get used to using that more. So Katie, I had this idea of trying to make T-shirt designs with Firefly. Is that crazy? Is that wild?
No,
like that. Like I want to say indiewrestling.us something in the style of and see what it spits out and then throw that on a spreadshirt and see if people buy it. Right? Like that seems like it makes so much sense. It seems way too easy. So I'm sure I'll run into some issues with that, but no, yeah, no, I think that's kind of interesting. So I mean, this is the kind of stuff you're going to see. Can you believe, like, somebody was talking about like kind of the history of the AI and everything like that, and where we're at with things, and of course, you know, we're hearing like, you know, the president's doing scary executive orders that don't make any sense around it. So like, can you believe like it was like January when we're doing Dolly and creating images, frightening images with 10 toes and hands that look like just giant bundles of sausages at this point, and just scary stuff too. Like, I'm going to use this on my ad campaign on Google.
Yeah, it's wild. Like it's a very short period of time. Things are accelerating quickly.
I was counting how many ways I could, because I was doing the latest Fishing Without Bait, and I was like, okay, I need to process this and do this, and then I need to kick out my captions, and realize I have about 4 different ways to make captions with AI right now that I managed.
We're competing tonight.
What's that?
I said, feel like we were competing tonight because we pulled up the Zoom AI and your.
Oh yeah,
I forgot what it was called.
Your
Fathom AI.
Yeah, no, she told me about this AI stuff in Zoom, and I'm like, oh, let's try it out. And I started poking around to the companion shop. The companions? No, the widgets or whatever they call them on Zoom, and I found something called Fathom, and that's what I've been experimenting with the last few weeks. And it pulls up as another caller, it records your call, and it does its processing and everything, right? And then you pulled up the Zoom built-in AI companion, because I don't think my Zoom was updated on my Mac. That's why I didn't see it. And so now we have 2 AIs from both of our accounts. So I guess we're gonna have a really good comparison to see who does better with this, right?
Yes, I'm excited.
So
we're all about tech experiments.
A/B testing is what that is. So, all right. Also in the AI news, I saw this one from Variety of all places. I think I saw this on the Inside streaming newsletter or something like that. YouTube is launching a test of an AI chatbot that answers questions about the videos. From what I gather from this article, I think it's you know how we were talking about like being able to upload, you know, I upload scripts from or captions from the show, and then I ask it to generate things, and I ask it what questions were answered in this video, and you know, to help kind of flesh that kind of stuff up. I from what I gather from this article, I think that's the similar thing. Like, let's say I pulled up something that was the example they give is a video about YouTube audiences, and you can ask in a conversational AI how many people are on YouTube. You know, questions about I'll pull up the video that they're actually shown. How big is the community on YouTube? It says, you know, things like that. Stuff that, you know, it sounds like it appears to me that what they're doing is they're taking those automatically generated captions that are already a part of the video, or if you did captions for the video from a script or something like that. I think it's taking the chatbot and actually asking based on that data. Right, so there is it's really kind of boiling it down to a text document, and then you ask questions of it, and the generative AI knows how to respond to that. Right, this is not Google Bard. This is a fully separate LLM, large language model. I think I got all the L's right. So it could be coming. Apparently, the way that they're presenting it in the test is you be in the video, and where like right by where there's like the share button, there would be an ask button, and that's what would bring you into the AI test. So that's what to look for. It could be rolling out soon to you, depending on how their tests go. So I would definitely keep an eye out for that. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that? Like, I've still never got the Bard connections to work across my Google stuff. Like, have you played with that, or what do you think you get much use out of AI in one of these cases?
Not for me particularly, because I could see it. Like, I haven't tried the Bard across yet, or the Bard yet, but I like the idea of being able to ask the AI questions about a YouTube video. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Especially see like a 2-hour video and be like, okay, what's the point? And
yeah, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Does this person die at the end?
Yeah.
Like,
what videos are you watching? What videos are you watching?
I don't know. Like, do you ever like watch those videos, like especially on like TikTok, and they're like 15 different parts, and you're like, this is a thing, and then you're like, this is.
No,
Why?
I'm usually watching
Like-
comedy videos at this point. It's just stand-up videos for me on TikTok for the most part, and occasional wrestling stuff, I guess. Like I've really kind of it's all Matt Rife at this point, and some Irish guy who makes really interesting notices about American culture. The usual. So yeah, TikTok is just a comedy channel for me now. So, I could see this where, especially if you're doing how-to videos and you keep missing the
Mhm.
important part. And it's like, how do I do this? Like you have the video that does this, but it's like 5 minutes long, and then plus I gotta say their sponsors at the beginning. And you're saying, how do I insert this into this? Boom, there. Hopefully it pops up and tells you or takes you to the part of the video or something like that, right? So that's the kind of thing I think the biggest strength is, I said I was really kicking myself for not thinking earlier about putting questions into the description that the video answers, because like that seems to make so much sense, right? When you understand the like answerable questions is kind of a killer feature if you can figure it out when it comes to Google search, right? So I mean, how many times do you say, how do I do a thing, and then like 4 videos on it pop up at the top of your search in Google? So like you want to be one of those videos. You want to be the video that comes up when somebody asks for that topic, right? So, and that
I've showed you, we've talked about social media and that particular site that I've shown you, where this is like all the questions that people are asking in regards to like a certain thing, like the wheres, the whys, the whos, and like these are the questions you're supposed to be answering with your social media. So when people are searching for Google, they will find your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, sorry. I was speaking outside. There's some flashing lights outside. I want to make sure nothing bad's happening.
Ooh.
I think somebody's just dropping a car for the auto wrecker place up their street. Anyway, so, so let's keep an eye out for that. Let us know. Hit us up on the social medias. And again, you know what I didn't do? Ha! I did not do this part. Again, you can hit us up AwesomeCast at sorgatronmedia.com. And thank you to our Patreon supporters at the patreon.com/AwesomeCast. Our good friends at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller and Cynthia Klosky. At the Fan of the Show level, Michael Fedor, John DeGore, and Dave Podner, spouse of Ruth Julia Fair at RuthJuliaFair.com. You guys can support the show too at patreon.com/AwesomeCast. And my guest for later is messaging me. Everybody's messaging me right now. Okay, moving on.
So the thing was answer the public. That's the thing that answer the public is you put in whatever specific thing, your topic, brand, your product, and you put it in there, and it gives you what people are asking specifically in that area, which is great. And like you could pay for more answers, but you can get a free answer a day, which is really, really nice. And so like this helps you with like if you're creating YouTube, and now since it's using the AI, you could work those questions in.
Absolutely. Like yeah, we don't target audience. We just kind of talk about things and hope it answers a question, don't we? At this point, for a lot of our stuff. But
Can I throw out one more AI thing? Have you noticed Amazon AI with the reviews?
No.
So if you go into Amazon, sorry, we're talking about AI, and we kind of my brain went to this. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you go to customer reviews for any sort of Amazon product, you scroll down and it says customers say, and it takes all of the review information and gives you like 3 sentences about what customers think about the product. For example, I'm in a notebook, and customers say they like the performance, storage space. They mention it works great. It comes with pockets, helps to stay organized, and it's AI generated from the text of customer reviews.
Oh, wow.
So, for example, yeah, it's great. And I was looking up sponges because I like the Scrub Daddy or Scrub Mummy brand sponges. And I was looking at other sponges, and they would be like, they liked the performance. They didn't like how long it lasts. So it's just taking a group of the information, like just pulling up, and it's great. Like I don't know when this started, but like this has been a very interesting tool to just like not have to scroll for the reviews. You're like, okay, this is going to work for me. This is not going to work for me.
Yeah, I pulled up one here for Eero. I don't know which Eero this is. The Wi-Fi mesh system. Customers like how easy it is to use the app to control devices and connect it to the router. And it gives you check marks here on ease of installation, performance, ease of use, negative on connectivity, it says. Customers also differ on performance, signal stability, value, and speed. So, like, that is interesting. However, some customers reported connectivity issue with the router, saying that it disconnects quite often. Ooh. So that is very, very interesting. So that, yeah, I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, I was like, this is great. I like AI.
But again, it's taking, here's a batch of information, make a thing out of it, right? So customers say, what's it called? I'm just noting it here for later. So wow, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Here's another AI story for you guys. We all use Waze here. I think it's most of our primary because it gives you way more information and gets you out of some sticky situations when it comes to traffic. They're starting to roll out crash history alerts for accident-prone road. According to this Verge article, Google was saying it's going to use a combination of AI and user reports to determine if a route has a history of frequent accidents. That seems really important to me.
Yeah, well, they're like, don't go near 28.
Yeah, exactly, right? Other than, like, every time I commute, I just see, like, cars litter on the side of the road, you know, for that, the history of crashes in the next 1 mile. Which means, but it also could be like, hey, especially if you're going to a new place, hey, people miss a blind spot here. People come out of this, you know, like you don't know what causes something like this, or maybe you're going through the mountains and that's where like the fog hits out of nowhere, or there's a bunch of deer or something like that, right? So I think that's a nice addition to the Waze situation too. Siphons off some of Waze's features like incident reporting and speedometer. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. Has anybody just used Waze as their speedometer? I don't even look at my own speedometer.
I have.
Right? So
it's great.
Yeah, it's over there. Like it's over there. I know it's not exact, but you got a good idea of it. You know what I mean? And especially you and me, jumping in different rental cars from time to time. I'm kind of wondering, like it makes it a little easier to be like, okay, what am I here? Okay, where should I pay attention? And you just kind of like back off from that. So I think it's very, very interesting. The way that rolls. So there you go. Keep using Waze. It's going to keep getting better. And of course, a lot of those are pulling over into Google Maps. How Google Maps, are they like, you think Google Maps is just like pulling back on features so they don't make it look too much like Waze at this point? I don't understand why they're just not rolled into each other, right? Like everything else that they do.
Well, I thought it was at some point was pulling some information from Waze.
But the information,
Waze,
yes.
I thought they were playing nicely.
They're playing nicely. Like some of the back end information is happening. Like the article mentions that they're like kind of siphoning off some of that information for going the other way. So so part of your data when you do see traffic does come out of Waze when you're using Google Maps. So I think that's appropriate. Or even like, how many times have you done like I've been doing a lot of, I need to get here by this time, especially in new places. I need to be here by this time. When do I need to leave by? And it gives you kind of like based on the history of, okay, it's traffic's going to be like this, so I think that's kind of the biggest thing. So, there you go. I'm catching up on the chat room here. Potter says that for Dutters, the action video settings should be a great upgrade for you.
Ooh, I like action videos.
I don't know what all that involves, but that could be a lot of fun. Look at the case; it's so large. 3x on the 15 Pro Max is a digital zoom because since the physical is now 5x.
Ooh,
so maybe that's why you're getting a lot of variation on that because you're getting a digital.
Ooh.
You're getting a digital, so that's going to be a little softer, right?
Yeah. Now I have to find the cat.
Cat, come here,
back,
take
cat.
a picture. Come on. Cat picture test. iPhone cat picture test.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That's the title I think this week.
Ooh, action mode. Oh, more light required. Oh. Dang.
Okay, so now that we're all playing with our phones, where were we at with this? We talked about Zelda. We talked about Waze. NASA TV. Do you want a space channel, Katie, that you're probably paying for with your tax dollars, anyways?
Yeah, probably.
Tomorrow, as of this recording, is of course recorded on Tuesday night. Tomorrow, on the 8th of November, NASA is going to start streaming a free. Why did it start? Hold on, this article's weird. A free channel. It's not a fast channel. It's a tax. It's like a fast channel because it's free. It's streaming, but again, there's no commercials because you already paid for this. Kind of like PBS. NASA Plus is the service. It was announced in July. It goes live tomorrow as reminded by Space. Wait, I don't know, Space, like the magazine. I don't know where. You go.
Just Space.
You go. It just says, yeah, it's coming soon. So tune in to masa.gov/plus, and it's gonna be documentaries. It's gonna be a lot of content there. It's not gonna be just like looking out the window like some of these streams have been. If you tune into the ones on YouTube, you're just like, well, this is just an overshot of the planet, and here we go, and here we go, and here we go. So I think that's going to be very, very cool. It's funny, they do have the NASA Plus live in the corner, but it just goes to coming soon. So keep an eye out for that. I hope there's an app so I can drop it on my Apple TV and my Google TV and just be like, watch space stuff, going to sleep, maybe. So excellent. Anything I'm missing here, Katie? I think that's about it. Oh, there's an Instagram story.
Oh yeah, Instagram is going to give us an option to. I don't know. Is it me? Is it you?
Yeah. Well, we got a bandwidth issue going on here apparently. So, you got shrinky image. You're back. What's Instagram doing?
Hi. Instagram is ruining my videos. No, Instagram is rolling out where they are turning off you're disabling the read receipts. Those are the things that will let people know that you read their particular their message on Instagram and your DMs, and it's the other way around. So you really don't. It's not that super important. I mean, like, I don't know. Some people need to know whether or not somebody has seen their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Instagram DMs are I'm kind of, I like this. I don't think everybody needs to know one way or the other with your Instagram DMs whether or not they've actually read it. So, but yeah, so I think this idea is cool. I like it because I think any sort of other, like, I don't know, less stressful thing of like, oh my gosh, did they see my message? Did they see it and then not respond to me? Or because there are definitely times where things get lost in Instagram DMs.
Or you make people go even crazier because they never know if you've seen it or not. Yeah. So what? I don't even know. No, especially since a lot of people do use Instagram. A lot of people live in Instagram. Let's be honest, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people live in TikTok. A lot of people live in Facebook, like almost exclusively. So that's where they're going to do the messages. So yet another. I don't know. Does anything else, like, does Messenger allow you to turn this off or anything like this, to your knowledge, or is it just like I'm unaware, to be quite honest?
I'm not sure with Messenger because I think I've always seen whether or not they were read. So I don't know. I've never tried to turn it off, but that would be nice too. Yes. I just want to turn it on on everything. Nobody needs to know anything. Exactly.
So, well, I'm probably not turning them off. I don't even know. I don't even know I have messages half the time, and they finally go in there and just like, oh, somebody messaged me like 2 months ago. I should probably respond to this. So. And
then I feel like a big jerk. I do that, and I'm like, I'm a jerk. Sorry.
We're like, oh hi, I just saw this. What did you need again? That just reminded me. I think somebody asked for a video about a month ago. I never responded to, or caught up with. But anyways, so. Oh, geez. What is this stuff? We'll get rid of that. Well, that's all I got here for this week. I think we're going to just go play some Five Nights at Freddy's. I could be the Patreon, honestly. So, all right, Katie, Kate Marie PGH on the Instagrams, K Dutters, and you're some variation of that on all the social medias, right?
Yes, good enough.
Dutters PGH
Find me,
on
don't find me.
Dutters PGH on some of them too, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
there you go. Awesome. I'm at Sorgatron, all the social medias myself. I will be Katie and I will be taking off to San Diego this weekend for a big event for us.
San Diego.
San Diego. And I will also be, of course, doing the productions for Thursday night's 880 Wrestling out there in New Kensington. And, of course, we will be out in Worthington, PA, back up 28 again. I spent a lot of time up 28 later this week for 2PW Prospect Pro Wrestling Show, which will be streaming both of them on IndieWrestling.network. Free on Thursday, part of the subscription there on Friday night if you guys want to try that out. There's a free trial if you'd like to experiment with some professional wrestling in the area. So thank you, everybody. We will not have a regular show next week because we'll still be in San Diego. I don't know what I'm going to do about that at this point. So I'm kind of running out of time this week. So we might have a week off. So until then, we'll see you guys at least coming back here before Thanksgiving and leading into the holiday before we take that break. Thank you, everybody. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.